Out of play. Inbounding underneath for the Scouts is Hill. Hill with a bounce pass in traffic, gives it to Dixon. His shot is on the way and good. Boy, he had to fight to get the ball, fight to get a shot, and when it was all said and done, it's worth the 2 points.
Yeah, he shot that over 2 players, and somehow it was kind of off to the side where he threw that ball and somehow went in off the glass.
To the left-hand side, Triton with the basketball. Great ball work by Young. He'll pull up, takes the shot, missed it, gets his own rebound. Again, he goes up. This one off the bottom of the rim. Fights for his own rebound, and he lost it out of play. It'll go to Penn Valley. That was a situation, Doug, and it happens so often. You get the rebound, you take that first step trying to find an opening, and instead find yourself underneath the basket.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that sometimes you work so hard to get a layup, miss it, get the rebound, and you're underneath the basket, nowhere to go, and then defenders are all around you.
Tyson in the middle of the floor, works the ball to Freeman. He missed the shot, gets his own rebound, puts it back for his 5th point of the game.
Wow.
And we're knotted at 24s. 4:38 left to go here in the first half. Out to the left-hand side. Keith Young with the basketball. Dribbles it to the right-hand side, looking for an opening. Had Williams down underneath and couldn't get it to him. Now drakes it into the paint himself, tosses it up, and he gets the friendly roll.
I'm not sure how that ball went in. He went around 3 defenders to get that ball up in the air.
Not sure how he held on to the handle. Here's a give inside Freeman. Freeman all the way out top. It comes to Cooper. Cooper to Hill. Hill with a bounce inside. They work it to Freeman. Freeman back out Hill. Hill's going to dribble to the right-hand side. Dumps. Back up top it comes to Hill. Hill looking to the right-hand side. Gives to Cooper. Cooper takes it to the free throw line, and he gets the leaner. He's got his 7th point of the game.
Yeah, and Cooper did a nice job there of a jump step into traffic. Got a little freedom. Put the ball up from about 10 feet. Nothing but net.
Cooper's first step could not be quicker.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Keith Young out on the right-hand side, going toe-to-toe with Tyson, dribbles him to the left-hand side. At the free throw line extension, he looks to dump down low. Lost the handle on the ball, and a foul is going to be whistled. The foul is going to be on Johnny Williams, who shoved Freeman out of the way as Freeman went after the loose ball.
Yeah, once again, a frustration foul. That's about the 3rd frustration foul combined for these teams today. And obviously you do get frustrated. You throw that ball away, the ball gets tipped, you know it shouldn't have happened, but in those cases they're trying to throw an overhead pass or a chest pass where a bounce pass needs to be made. They get frustrated because they've turned the ball over, and then all of a sudden they just push the guy trying to get the ball back. Frustration fouls are never what a coach wants to see.
In the middle of the floor, Freeman with the basketball. A wholesale substitution for Marcus Harvey. Correction for Kurt Connor of Triton as they brought in 3 to replace 3. To the top of the key, Hill. Hill in between the circles. 3:08 left to go here in the first half. We're knotted at 26s. Coming up at halftime, Jeannie Cook, the executive director of the Danville Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, is going to talk to us. We'll discuss how this tournament impacts the Danville area. And we'll also find out just exactly how much begging she has to do to load up the hospitality room.
Yes.
As the ball went out of bounds, nobody saw who the last to touch it was, and the possession arrow will give it to Triton. Underneath the 3-minute mark here in this first half of basketball, we're knotted at 26. Been a good game so far. Off to the right-hand side, wide open is Jackson. He throws it into the pile, batted around, and Preston is there to pick it up. We'll kick to Malinowski. Malinowski had the ball knocked out of his hands, but able to pick it up there is Preston. Preston will give to Jackson, and Jackson is going to be fouled a long way away from the basket by Domingo Tyson.
There's one thing I've been noticing a lot, just I'd say in the last couple of years, but even in these games in the tournament, there's so many turnovers because the players out there are not using the bounce pass. It's a simple rule that you learn when you start organized basketball, and these players never use it. They drive in the lane and try and do something fancy, maybe a look-away pass, but it's always a chest pass where players' arms are that can get in the way of the ball and get the steal.
Well, I'll tell you, there's about 1 million statistic kept during this national tournament, but I don't think number of bounce passes is one of them.
I would love to keep that stat. I'm a little busy, but I'd keep it.
Both free throws are good for Aaron Jackson. He's got 5 points, all coming from the free throw line. Up top, Cooper with the basketball for Penn Valley. They're down by a bucket. To the left-hand side, they work to Martin, who will shoot the three. Way off the mark. Rebound underneath by Cooper. He throws it up. Luckily, Freeman is there to get it. The turnaround jumper on the fadeaway is good.
Once again, second and third efforts by both teams have kept them both in the game.
Preston with the basketball for Triton. He'll kick it upstairs to Jackson. Jackson all the way out near the State of Illinois emblem at mid-floor. Triton wearing their maroon traveling uniforms, trimmed in white. Out to the left-hand side, gives it to Jackson. Correct me, Preston. Preston to the right-hand side, pulls up, has it blocked. A foul is going to be called.
The one thing about an aggressive team like Penn Valley is you're going to get a lot of fouls called on you because you play that aggressive style of defense.
The foul is on Kevin Martin. That's his second, the team's 8th. And heading to the free throw line will be William Preston. Kurt Connor was begging for a foul earlier in that sequence when they were actually bumping and grinding up near the State of Illinois emblem, working for an offensive possession. First free throw off the back of the rim is no good.
And just to reiterate what I had said, Penn Valley does such a good job of swarming on defense. But the thing is, they get a little too close. And then when they start pushing on the offensive player with the ball, they cannot make up for the quickness of that person, so they use their hands and get the foul.
Second free throw is no good, and Penn Valley with the rebound. Working it down the floor. Cooper will kick to the right-hand side. Hill to Freeman. Freeman with a beautiful fake, drives in off the glass, and it's good.
Fantastic play right there by Freeman.
One of our onside executive producers, Eric Westfall, even on a good night, a horse couldn't kiss one off the window that cleanly. Out to the right-hand side, a hand check, and this time Kurt Connor got what he was looking for.
Once again, Penn Valley trying to reach in, trying to be very, very clever in terms of pressing on the ball, and it's just going to result in a foul, and that's 9 fouls this half. And they, for as aggressive as they are, they only have 9 fouls, so it's surprising that Triton is not in the double bonus, and they should have been a few minutes ago, even maybe 7-8 minutes to go in the half.
Aaron Jackson with his first free throw, he's got 6. One of the great things about the national tournament is they're taking action photos throughout every game, and then they make them available out in the lobby if you'd like to purchase one. Richard Donahue, who's only about 10 days away from retirement, his action photo is of him falling asleep. His head's up against the wall, and he's sleeping like a newborn baby there. That is a classic photograph, available here at the tournament. 30-30 our score with $1:20 to play here in the first half. A missed opportunity by the Scouts, and here comes Triton. Up the floor in a hurry, on the drive, Jackson, and the layup is good.
Once again, Triton taking advantage of the disadvantage in terms of Penn Valley not having enough players to get back on the press.
In the middle of the floor, the bounce pass to the right-hand side. Lockhart all the way up top, gives it to Cooper. Cooper to the right-hand side, Lockhart. Lockhart to Cooper, to the left-hand side, Hill. Hill down low on the baseline, back up top. Cooper from 3, got it! Cooper with his first, correct me, his second three-pointer of the ball game. He's got 10, and Penn Valley's up by 1. And the first half clock is in the red. Under a minute to play. Preston on the drive, blocked away by Freeman, and he gives a little dance underneath the bucket to celebrate. The ball will belong to Triton, out of bounds underneath.
What athleticism by both these teams. Right there, Triton goes in, floats around. That was by number 4, Preston. And the ball just swatted away by Freeman.
Seen guys go after flies with less vigor.
Yes.
Malinowski inbound, wide open is Preston, blocked away by Freeman. Loose ball on the floor, and Malinowski's going to come up with it. Kicks to the right-hand side. A jumper from 3, good by Quentin Young, and he's got his 5th point of the game. 24 seconds left to go in the first half. 35-33, Triton with the lead. Across the midcourt stripe, Oliver, and they're going to play for 1. Oh my. That was a big 3-point bucket for Young. Here's a big 3 from Oliver.
Oh!
Unbelievable 3. I said Oliver, it's Cooper with his 13th point of the game.
Oh.
And going into the locker room at halftime, Penn Valley with a 1.36-35 lead. You're enjoying the NJCAA Division II Men's Basketball National Tournament Radio Network. Has a look at some of our first half team numbers.
For Triton, they went 12 of 24 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3-point range. 9 of 12 from the free throw line, 9 offensive rebounds to match their 9 defensive rebounds for 18 total. And for Penn Valley, 15 of 33 shooting. Their last three shots were three-point attempts. 3 of 13 from the three-point line, not too hot. 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 9 offensive rebounds, but only 4 defensive, leaving them with 13 total rebounds. So obviously the offensive edge has gone to Triton, but the biggest key is the inside shots in the paint. 21 points in the paint for Triton versus 23 for Penn Valley.
Scouts will open the second half with the basketball. Oliver out to the right-hand side. 1-3-1 defensive zone for Triton. They'll kick it back up top. Oliver, he'll work it inside. Martin on the fadeaway. He missed it. Well off the mark. Rebound underneath. Lockhart. He calls timeout in the air. Did he get it? He does. It's a 30-second timeout. 19:41 left to go here in the second half of basketball. A 36-35 one-point lead for Penn Valley.
And once again, the 30-second call. There it is again. We talked about it at the beginning of the game, and my thought is it's a wasted timeout simply because you may need that 30-second timeout to give your players a blow there at the end of the game.
Denny Gardner, the Vermilion County Dare officer, wandering around. He's throwing out keychains and T-shirts, and he's got all kinds of goodies he's giving away tonight. Everybody in the act. That's what makes this such a great tournament. They had several schools represented earlier today. And tonight, good crowd on hand. You look behind us, you look across from us. Always could use more, but there's a great crowd indeed. Penn Valley will inbound underneath the Scout bucket, and they bring it all the way upstairs where it comes to DeAndre Cooper. Cooper off to the right-hand side against the 1-3-1. There's that bounce pass you were looking for,
yes.
Doug Ireland. To Oliver, to Freeman. Oliver, left-hand side Lockhart. His three ball is off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound underneath, loose on the floor. Martin tried to come up with it. It was last touched by Malinowski, and Penn Valley will get it back underneath their own.
Fantastic second effort again by Penn Valley, winning the points in the paint in the first half and continuing that pace here in the second.
Oliver off the inbound, comes to the left-hand side, Lockhart. Lockhart all the way up top where they'll work it to Martin. Martin to the right-hand side, Cooper. Cooper to Oliver. Oliver out beyond the perimeter. Dribbles back up top and now looks to the right-hand side, Lockhart. Lockhart in the middle. Cooper to Oliver, to Freeman. He turns from the free throw line, shoots and scores. Freeman with his 11th point of the ball game, and he becomes the third Scout to enter double figures.
Yeah, Freeman did a good job there, flashing on the high post, had the open 15-foot jumper and drained it.
Jackson works the basketball for Triton. Malinowski in the corner to Preston. Back up top, Malinowski. He'll bounce it once, feeds to Preston on the baseline. Drive, and the layup is good.
Fantastic move in by Preston on the left baseline. Took his guy from the left-hand wing all the way down, and no help defense from Penn Valley on that play.
38-37, the lead by Penn Valley out to the left-hand side. Oliver works it down deep on the baseline corner. Lockhart back up top it comes. Oliver, Cooper, he'll shoot the three. Gets the three. Cooper with his 16th point of the contest.
That was good reversal there by Penn Valley, leaving Cooper wide open.
Out to the right-hand side. Jackson with the bounce, and it's kicked out of play by Penn Valley. It'll come back over on the right-hand side to Triton. 18-11 left to go in the contest. 41-37, a 4-point lead by Penn Valley. Triton will inbound the ball over on the right-hand side of the forecourt where they work now to the west end of the Mary Miller Complex. They, in this half, will work from the big numbers to the little numbers on your old-time AM dial. Here's a drive into the paint, and a foul is going to be called.
It's amazing how quick all of these players are today. When they go one-on-one to the hole, they are so quick on their first step that by the time they get to the basket, nobody's there to help out sometimes, and that's why you get those fouls, because of a late defensive play.
Kevin Martin just picked up his third personal foul. It's the first against Penn Valley here in the second half. And at the charity stripe, Aaron Jackson's first one is up and good. He becomes the first Trojan to enter double figures. He's got 10, Preston with 6, Young with 4, Williams with 8, Quentin Young with 5, and Malinowski with 5. Second one is up, and it is good. 41-39, Scout lead in basketball to the right-hand side. Cooper picks up the pass, gives in the middle to Freeman. Freeman to Oliver. Oliver in between the rounds. To the top of the key, kicks back Cooper to the right-hand side. Oliver down low on the left hand. Lockhart back up top. Oliver throws it away, intended inside for Freeman, and out of play.
And, you know, I resort back to the chest pass that goes on when people drive and dish. And man, the ball that they throw from the guy driving to the guy who's receiving, it is a solid, fast pass. And it's a wonder these guys can even catch up to it sometimes.
Malinowski double teamed on the cross court. He gives it deep to the right-hand corner. Young, his shot no good. Rebound by Clay underneath. Under the basket, he has it stripped away and out of play. It'll come right back to Triton.
Should have been a foul against Penn Valley on that three-pointer attempted by Quinn Young.
Boy, you're all over the officials tonight, aren't you?
Hey, buddy, I just want a fair game call.
Like Bob Kay says, sitting in that seat, you've never missed a call yet, have you?
That's right.
One year, Bob Kay and Fowler Cannell and a bunch of his friends gave longtime area broadcaster Max Schaefer a plaque indicating him as the Coach of the Year, Ref of the Year, Player of the Year. I think he was a plaque of all things. Clay with a bucket underneath, and he's got his first 2 points of the ball game, and I would assume, Doug Ireland, one of the halftime discussions Kurt Connor had to his Trojans was to get Clay more involved inside.
Oh, I agree. They have not done much with him. I mean, he's 6'8", 240. That's a hoss, okay? He's got the size. They need to post him up simply because when you do that, you're going to get the double team underneath, or if you don't get that, you got the one-on-one play and get Penn Valley's big guys in trouble. Either way, it's an advantage for you. And with Triton in the half-court offense like they've been showing today, they have a lot of movement. So you get that ball into Clay. He dribbles once, either forces a double team, gets a guy open, or takes a nice shot from 3 feet.
Out to the right-hand side, Penn Valley with the basketball. Kenneth Oliver came out of the lineup favoring the knee. Here's a three by Lockhart. It won't go in. The rebound by Triton. Oliver has it, or rather Freeman steals it away. Freeman with the three. It is short off the front of the rim, and the rebound effort down underneath. Tapped out of play by Lockhart. I started to say Oliver, who went out of the contest, was favoring the knee, and I heard the coach ask whether or not it was his bum knee.
Oh, boy.
And if that were to be the case, we may see him in very limited to no action for the rest of this contest. Out to the right-hand side, Triton with the ball. They'll work it down low. Preston, beautiful feed inside to Williams, and we've got a hold underneath. Williams was wide open inside. They kicked the ball to him, and Cooper commits his first personal foul, the team's second, inside the paint. Tied up at 41, 16:30 left to go here in this second half of basketball. Jackson inbounding, does so to Preston, left-hand corner. Preston's going to take it into the paint. Now he backs back out. Winner of this game goes into the semifinal tomorrow night against the winner of our next contest, Cuyahoga Community College out of the Ohio area, or the Bears of Bevel State Community College out of Alabama. Here's a three-point shot by Malinowski. It won't go in. The rebound by Hill. Penn Valley pushes into the forecourt to the top of the key. Off to the right-hand side. Cooper from three. Missed it off the side of the rim. The rebound on the floor. Scooped up by Hill. Hill will give to Freeman. He'll shoot the three. He misses the three, and Malinowski big time up in the air to get the rebound.
I cannot understand the obsession with the three-point shot. Combined for the game for Penn Valley, 13 three-pointers in the first half attempted. Already this half, 6.
Wow. Cross court to Triton. Down on the baseline, Malinowski. They'll feed it upstairs, Jackson. Beautiful fake, drives to the paint, misses the shot. On the rebound, scooped up by Jackson. He has it knocked out of his hands. It's loose on the floor, and it fortunately goes to Young. To Preston.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
To the right-hand side, Young will shoot the three. Good! Unbelievable three by Quentin Young as he drains it. Little time left on the shot clock, and out of desperation, he tickles the net with a three ball.
That ball was shot from about 27 feet out.
A couple of drummers moved out of the way to give him an open shot. Unbelievable. Out to the left-hand side. Hill on the Penn Valley drive. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. 14:57 left to go here in the contest. 44-41, the lead by Triton.
The one thing about such athleticism as these guys portray is the fact that when they go up in the air, they can float and wait for the defender to smack them, take the contact, and then throw the ball up in the air. It's just amazing to see what they can do in such limited space and limited time.
Hill at the line. Eyes it, flies it, and missed it off the back iron. Scoring-wise for Penn Valley, Cooper with 16, Freeman with 11, Martin with 10, and Dixon with 4.
Like I said, I'm still amazed with the three-point stat. Combined, there have been 14 shots between the two teams this half. Out of those 14, 9 have been three-point attempts.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Freeman. Hook shot won't go. Freeman gets his own rebound. The turnaround is good from about 9 feet away.
Once again, second effort, points in the paint.
Triton up the floor. Preston to the left-hand side. He'll take it into the lane. Kicks it down low, and it's going to be picked off. In and out of the hands of Williams and stolen away by Freeman. Freeman will give to Hill. Hill will bring it across the midcourt stripe to the top of the key. Dishes it off right-hand side. Freeman, 3-ball, missed it off the side of the rim, and it hit the top of the backboard, and in fact, rested on the top of the backboard. When it came back down, it almost went in, but the out-of-bounds was already issued.
Penn Valley has wasted 5.5 minutes of this half just shooting the three-pointer. They have not established any offense to try and get Triton to commit on defense in any particular way.
Williams hanging on to the ball, throws it to Malinowski. Beautiful flip underneath, and we've got a whistle. That is going to be a timeout on the floor by Kurt Connor. 14-16 left to go here in the second half. 44-43, Triton with a 1-point edge. The winner of this game will play in the semifinal tomorrow night between the winner of our next contest, Cuyahoga or Bevel State. Earlier winners today, Mott Community College defeated Bethany Lutheran 80-68, and Kirkwood was a 95-78 winner over Dundalk. With those stats tomorrow night in the semifinal contest, Mott will play Kirkwood, and we mentioned the winner of this game plays the winner of next in the other semifinal contest. Not only do we have 2 great semifinals on store for you tomorrow night, but it's also McDonald's McPack the Place night tomorrow night. Ronald will be here, the Grimace will be here, the Hamburglar will be here. The first 300 people get a free burger. They've also got a hoop shoot going on where they could win up to something like 50 Big Macs. Oh, yes. Unbelievable. All that going on tomorrow night. They've given away about 1,000 tickets, so we encourage you to come on out, enjoy the festivities, watch 2 great basketball games, win lots of food and other prizes. Here's a quick dish underneath, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Williams, and it's stolen away by Penn Valley. On the drive, up the floor, Dixon is going to pick up a blocking call underneath, which is going to be issued to Jackson. That'll be his second, and the second against Triton.
Finally, Penn Valley was able to get into transition off a turnover, able to get to the free throw line. But once again, I reiterate the point that Penn Valley has not established any offense at all. So Triton doesn't need to necessarily commit inside or out. I mean, Penn Valley keeps shooting threes, but they keep missing them. So why does Triton need to go out and guard them at this point?
13:50 left to go here in the second half, 44-43, and we've got yet another timeout by Triton. We'll take it. You're enjoying the NJCAA Division II Men's Basketball National Tournament Radio Network. (44-43), the 1-point lead belongs to Triton. Penn Valley with the basketball after back-to-back timeouts. And out to the left-hand side, Hill with the basketball. On the bounce pass down underneath Freeman. Freeman on the cross court. It's going to be picked up by Young. Young with a steal, and Triton will head to the west end of the gymnasium. Kicks it off right-hand side. 3-ball in the air, won't go. Preston with a rebound. He's got an open lane, and he kicks it out to the right-hand side. With the ball, Young on the fake. Drives the baseline. Stripped away by Freeman. It's loose on the floor, and it's picked up by Williams. He throws it away, but it was last touched by Penn Valley. It'll come back to the Trojans underneath their own.
Yeah, Coach Connor is not pleased with the way this offense has been running this entire game, really. They have not established any sort of offense. It's run and gun, three-point shot, rebound, put it back up. If you don't, kick it back out for the three-point shot. That's pretty much about what's gone on.
Well, we encourage you fans as you come out here to the Mary Miller Complex to bring your headsets along and enjoy the broadcast as well. Here's a putback by Clay. He's got his 4th point for the Triton Trojans here in this second half. In fact, I just saw Mr. and Mrs. Leverins walking out of the gym after enjoying their daughter's halftime performance as part of the Danville High School Pompet squad. Here's a loose ball on the floor. Penn Valley knocks it out of play. They're going to credit it to Triton touching it last, and the Scouts are going to get it back. 12:55 left to go in the contest, and a 46-43 lead for the Trojans. Underneath the basket, Oliver will look to inbound. Slaps the ball and puts the offense in motion. He needs to get rid of it, and he's going to call timeout. Trying to decide whether to take a 30 or a full. They'll take a full. We'll take it as well. 12:55 left to go here in the contest. 46-43, Triton with a 3-point edge over Penn Valley. You're enjoying the NJCAA Division II Men's Basketball National Tournament Radio Network. The Triton fan club hollering and cheering behind us, and they've got reason to. Here's a steal by Preston over on the right-hand side. He'll kick it into the forecourt. 46-43. Trojans with the lead. They look down low on the baseline. Preston kicks it back out. With the ball, Young. Young feeds it into the corner. Preston up top, Young to Keith Young. Left-hand side, Malinowski.